You don't become someone new overnight. It happens quietly, through repetition. That's when real progress changes. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to another walk with me. It's a pleasure today. It's a beautiful day outside. It is surely cold, but we are back with another one. How y'all doing today? Today what I want to talk about is the version of yourself that only exists after repetition. You have to ask yourself, what does that mean? You know, to me, that means the version of you that you envision, the version of you that you dream of, the version of you that is constantly, who has constantly put in the inputs. That's the only version that exists. So when you make up in your mind that I don't know the old me anymore, I don't know who that guy is, I don't know who that girl is, there's only this version of me. When you make it up in your mind that nothing else matters, nothing else exists, there is no other version of yourself. So what does it take to become that version? It's the daily, constant reps that you put up. You don't think of it while you're in the midst of doing it. But what it's doing is it's so slowly compounding on itself. And then before you know it, you get those people mentioning like, man, how did he do that? It seemed like he just did that out of the blue. Yeah, you're doing the work when nobody's watching. What is it gonna take? Have you asked yourself that? What is it honestly gonna take for you to boss up and become that person, that version of yourself? You know, oftentimes we think that it's gonna take X amount of resources or dollars. However, it don't take all that. You just have to have a sure will and a vision. And once you commit to that vision and that plan, nothing can stop you but you. Y'all gotta excuse me today. My voice is kind of raspy. I feel like I was coming down with something. Neither here nor there. This might be a short video today, honestly. It's kind of cold out here. I probably should get some rest because I've been going hard, y'all. But honestly, the only version of yourself that exists when it's all said and done is the version of you that has put up constant reps, daily reps. So I'll say this. Why do habits outpace inspiration? You can be inspired by anything, but if you don't create the habits, it's not going to keep up pace with the inspiration. But guess what? On the flip side of that, if you create the daily habits, you're going to constantly be inspired by your own creativity, let alone others. When you're constantly doing something every day and exposing yourself to the real work that it takes to become, that's when all the grand elaborate ideas come to you. Oh, I did it like this time. What if I change this paint color? Or if I do this different style? Or if I try this new recipe? Maybe if I shoot this video this way. It's the mere exposure, the experience that allows for you to create. We have to ask ourselves, you ever wonder like the greats of whatever field, how do they get the way that they do? It's because they're putting in the work. They're putting in the time. They're allowing themselves time and space to just BS around in their given field, to learn their craft. That's what they're doing. They're giving themselves time and space. Sometimes we forget to give ourselves that time and space. But imagine what would happen if we did, and we allowed ourselves to explore. Remember as a kid, you went to go explore through the woods or through the neighborhood to see what's there? You gotta do the same thing as a dog, as a curious mind. Your identity is formed through action. It goes back to experience and exposure. The moment you start acting is where momentum starts to roll down the hill. When you get that ball in motion, it has no choice but to continue to flow. Identity is formed through action. Let me repeat that again. When you're performing the daily habits and tasks, you literally are forming the personality, the conduct of the person that you dream to become. That just doesn't happen by happenstance. It happens because you're doing the work. You're constantly putting in the daily efforts. And then before you know it, you become the authority on a given subject, topic, or whatever the case may be. You become the go-to person for that. And when you show up every day, people will start to trust you. You start to trust yourself. You start saying to yourself, man, it's possible. I can do this. Y'all, it's cold out here today. I don't even know the temperature, but it gotta be probably like low 10s. I don't wanna do this today. But I did wanna show up for myself. I did wanna show up for the squad. But man, when I tell you it's cold out here, for real. My voice raspy. I'm kinda feeling under the weather a little bit. But I made a commitment to myself, 365. We doing it. Now I might not go my full 30 today. But hey, I'm at 7. We're gonna keep this thing going. But it's the action. It's this daily action that's forming my identity. I'm creating the identity of a content creator. I'm aligning well with that person that I'm becoming. We have to use boredom as our greatest teacher. Again, like I tell you all the time, all we do is on our phones. As soon as we wake up, we grab our phones and we get hit with so many dopamine hits. And that's terrible. Most people can't go 30 seconds, let alone 10 minutes without their phone. Most people can't just stare at the wall. I mean, think about those in solitary confinement. They have nothing, no visual stimulation, nothing. They're just one with their thoughts. I mean, can you imagine being like the first man or woman on earth? They didn't have anything. Like a dopamine hit to them was like seeing a bird flying across the sky. We're so far removed from that, my people, like, it's not even, man, when I tell you, like, society is like completely jacked from that standpoint, that's a real thing. Allowing yourself to be bored, that's when real creativity happens. Yeah, I gotta turn around, y'all, it's cold. And I'm feeling like my whole body about to shut down. That's neither here nor there. We're gonna get this video done. When you allow yourself to be bored, that's when you start to create from a place of spontaneousness, where you're willing to just be free and fluid. Like can you imagine somebody creating a visual picture from their mind? It's like their mind is telling their hand, just move it this way, move it that way, do this, create the eyes this way. It's like you're a creator. You are one with God. The moment that you realize that, you'll truly be waking up to your power, your true power. But we're so afraid of that. A lot of people are afraid of their true power. It's not easy. It's really not easy. But once you are awoken to that power, and you harness it Oh, baby, you got the keys to the kingdom. Believe that. What else we got for y'all today? Trust the long arc. You're in the beginning stages of your story. Right now, your story's creeping up like this. So it's gonna be a long arc with a lot of chapters in it. But you gotta figure out what works for you. The beginning of the chapters ain't gonna be like the middle chapters. It's gonna have some long periods that ain't got too much of a substance or characters coming in and out of your life. Think of your life as a long arc story. Who's the protagonist? Are you the antagonist? Ask yourself these things because it all plays a part into your own individual story. You know, some of us just don't believe in ourselves. We don't truly think that we could be the main character in our story. We truly think somebody else is just behind the scenes pulling all the strings. We don't think that we're capable of half the things that we're capable of. But let me tell you something. It's possible though. The moment you take back your life, you take responsibility for your life, you stop asking for permission. You just start doing. And then before you know it, you start becoming. And then all of a sudden you're the authority in that space or that field. Or with the market cap. It's all yours because you took a chance on yourself. It takes guts to have to do the same thing on a daily basis without receiving any applause, recognition, or flowers. You're just doing it to just get reps under your belt because it's needed. This is what's needed for you to go from 0 to 100. From chapter 1 to the end, to the prologue to the epilogue. It's all a part of your story. So when it's done being written, when you take your pen off of the paper, which probably means death at that point, how is your story going to read? How many characters were you involved with? What was the hero's journey? We all have our own hero's journey. Great book, by the way, by Joseph Campbell. We have to figure out what's our own mythology, origin, and story. And once you do that, you can start to navigate these waters of what creativity and magic is. Because we all got it. We all got some magic in us. But it's up to you. Are you going to use it for white magic, which is good, for the good? Or are you going to be using black magic, the evil? Everybody's capable of producing good and evil in this world. You just have to figure out what side of the lines are you going to be on. Are you going to use your gifts and your passions that God fashioned for you on this earth? Or are you going to be manipulative and bend reality to your own will for your own selfish reasons? I'm not telling you that's right. I'm not telling you that's wrong. But you as a person got to identify why you're here and what your purpose is. So, I ask you this. One question that I have for you today is, what is it going to be for you? What is your life going to be like when it's all said and done? Who are you? What is the version of you that exists after the repetition? Whether it's 365 days, 75 days, after you accomplish your goal of becoming whatever it is that you set out to do, who are you? Are you still going to be that person on the 366th day that gets up and does the same thing? Or did you only just want to prove yourself and you want to go back to your old ways? I highly doubt that's going to be the case. I feel like you're going to awaken as a new person, a new being, inspired to become more, to do more. Not only for yourself, but for your family, friends, and society at large. You have a gift And I implore you to use it, to explore what that gift is. Maybe you kind of foggy, you don't really understand what it could be. But I guarantee you, you're somewhere in the ballpark of knowing what you want to do. You're just afraid. Maybe you're afraid that you're going to fail. Maybe you're afraid of what people will think. But who cares? Life's going to be over the next time you blink. Damn near, if you think about it that way. Life is short. We're all on this path to try to get better. And we should be getting better. You should be taking up a skill, reading a new book, working out, eating clean, eating good clean, spending time with your family, getting to know you as a person, spending some time in meditation, solitude, and see where it gets you. Let those become your daily inputs and habits, and imagine where you'll be in a month or two, let alone a year. Really challenge yourself. When's the last time you challenged yourself to be better? When's the last time you said, I'm just blocking everybody out. I'm just about to focus on me. Imagine if you put your life on Do Not Disturb for a year. Do you know how hard that would be for most people? Most people be like, man, this thing ain't working. I ain't getting no updates. Don't do notifications. God's trying to put you on Do Not Disturb, on autoplay mode. He don't want you to be disturbed during this time of your life. He just wants you to play it cool and know what you're getting yourself into. Because on the other side of that, he got something for you. Now it's for you to wake up and call on that gift, attract that gift, and see what you get out of it. It's a short one, y'all. I have to go back to the house, but I'll say this. I love y'all. I pray for y'all. And I just want you to wake up and be your best version of yourself. And be proud of the person that you're becoming. Give it your best effort. And like I tell y'all every day, if you learned anything, if you loved anything about this, take it. If you don't like anything, leave it. But I will say this. Just be inspired and pay it forward to somebody else. I love y'all, squad. And I'll get with you on the next one tomorrow. Love.